Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, bobs, bobettes, footsies, and tootsies. How are you all doing tonight, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. Brother Noxit, how you doing, babes? How's the titties hanging, eh? This is fucking useless. Let's go this way, eh? There we go. This is much more viewable now, innit? Even though I ain't got no face cam. Let's get everything in position. How are you guys doing tonight, ladies and gentlemen? Parmo, good to see you again. Maddie. Judge moderately. Thank you very much. We're gonna turn those off. Completely forgot about them, man. Give me a second. I can tell you one thing though, it is fucking hot all of a sudden. I'm sorry, I don't know how redeems work and getting them back, but I'll ask, what's his face? Zacky Boy to change those. And give you your points back. As tonight, as every night in July, we have very nice, very full program of painting. Bro, what is this weather? Nobody knows, dog. Nobody knows. It is fucking extremely hot all of a sudden. Yeah, we've got the same here. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. Crazy. Look, we did Zabutzi. We still gotta do a little bit of null on there. We will do that as we go. How you doing? I'm gonna watch the fuck out of this. Yo, you watch the fuck out of this, boy. I'm doing good. It is hot. Other than that, I'm doing alright. How are you guys doing? How's everybody doing? Here's just over the sea from me. We had storms yesterday and now it's roasting. For us, it swapped during the day. It was really crazy. Is Brush quiet or have I gone deaf? I'm so old, possibly. The mic is working on my end. I don't know how it's going for you guys. Are you not hearing me anymore? Or did she accidentally mute it and not notice that she muted me? That is a possibility. A bit of a temperature and everybody complains. Hello, my name is Bourbon Kid. I drink all the time. I've got my drinks everywhere. I like the drinks. In my defense, I'm English. Very nice. I said quiet, not mute, nerd. Am I quiet to everybody? Ice Cold Bear, Polar Bear, Bourbon Bear, Berber Beer. Maddie's going deaf. I'm sorry, Maddie, to tell you this, but you're going deaf. Lekker. You are pretty on mute. Prettier on mute anyway. Oh, I appreciate that, man. Thank you, especially now, right, when you don't see anything. I get you. It's all good. Give me a second. There we go. So, is anybody painting along, or are you here for the lessons? I recorded painting this boot as well, by the way. So we'll be sharing that as soon as we have a room for the date. A busy day tomorrow, busy day Wednesday. Really looking forward to Wednesday. But regardless of that, we'll manage anyway. We don't mind. I don't know, man. I feel I got to the point where I can't hear anything without subtitles. Maddie, Maddie, Maddie. I'm here to chat and shit and watch you paint. Nice. Very good, Pharmalord. Good to see you again, my dude. I tried to fight the bottom of a pool with my face. Dove in and almost lost shorts and went to grab them and my face hit the bottom. Brother, are you alright, mate? Also, Zach, welcome in. Could you do me a favor? I'm putting you to work immediately. I'm sorry, man, but Flamingo redeemed points. That shouldn't be redeemable. We're gonna start off with a nice brown tone. And I have a lot of brown colors here. Exceptional. But, Rhinox Hide. This is one of my favorites. I drink this in the morning. Yeah, no, Pixar didn't happen or something. That's the rules of the internet, innit? Or it's just gonna put a fat ass layer on the entirety of the model. Her skin, at least, you know. Is the music too loud, Manny? Could that be it? A lot of brown colors. It's like the Gears of War color palette. My god. I've not heard that title in a while. But yes. I'm good. A fat lip and a bruised nose. Brother, why you do this? Never go swim. Can tell you that much. Swimming is a la caca. And we're just gonna apply this paint to all of her skin. Why? This is her deepest tone. I redeemed it, but none of the point redemptions are disabled as far as I can see. Oh, they should be. Hold on. Do I need to save that shit or something? Why is Twitch like this, bro? Nope. Should be good. Refunded him. Thank you. No, I can hardly hear the music either. Don't worry. It's a me problem. I love you, Maddie. You'll be alright. We're gonna do a... yeah, they should all be disabled. But we'll do a... we'll add a Braille channel. Or subtitles. As soon as we can, alright? With this one again, you just apply the paint everywhere. Why are we picking brown? Because the shadows will be brown and the undertone will bring everything together. 2 streams in one day. Crazy, innit, Bodacious? How are you doing? Pinky, welcome in. How is life? Good to have spoken to you this afternoon. Good, all said then. Very nice, very nice. Listen, for those of you that are painting her, could you guys be so kind as to share your progress on the Discord? Because I am very curious what your progress is, if you guys need any tips or whatnot. Tips, tricks, beard rubs, all that jazz. Yes, for this month only, there is a paint along session on Monday evenings. Correct. Normally this is only reserved for patrons, but you as viewers that support me through subs and watch me every day, I feel like I need to do something in return for you guys as well, even though, you know, it doesn't immediately might not immediately profit you. You can still get something in return, and it's also a great way for me to market this this Patreon. So yeah, I didn't get to do much this week. I did get metallic paints though, so I'm going to hopefully catch up tonight and tomorrow and post progress. Very nice, dude. Very nice. Looking forward to it. I recorded the second boot as well. I'll upload her soonish. With this one as well. Like, there's no reason to be very, very tight and neat about it. Just make sure you don't hear the bits that you painted already. Honestly, I'd have just left the shorts. Yeah, me as well. Let him go, you know, fuck him. Was it a public pool though, or So from this point on, we can basically go either dark skin or even light skin if you guys want. Like Caucasian or African American, African colors even, skin tone. So I mean, we can do whatever. I don't mind. I love painting dark skin. I don't know why, but it's mesmerizing to me. Raw, exactly, Bourbon. Also, who's watching the game tomorrow, man? Not tomorrow, sorry. Yeah, tomorrow is Spain, France. And then Wednesday is Holland, England. For European Championships. In football, dark skin seems much easier to paint. I don't know why. I feel the same way. I love it. Also allows for a lot of color. Probably, you know, has the same for Caucasian skin, but I really like dark skin. I don't know what it is. It gives a lot of life to paint jobs, I feel. But whatever floats your boat. If anybody has a preference, we can go for that. You know, this episode is being recorded, and we will also share this. Let me check something real quick because I feel like I might be getting an issue with whatever the fuck this what's it called? What the hell is this called again? The recording. I don't know if this music is allowed, to be fair, on Patreon, Twitch. I mean, sorry. So you know what? For once, we're gonna turn off the music. Would that be problematic? I don't think so, right? Someone I know just happened to offer me a ton of brand new Blicky Studio acrylic she wasn't using, so I've got metallics now. I also found 3 9mm stick sour hollow points in amongst the paint, but you know, it's Detroit, it's not weird. What a find. What a treasure, bro. Must feel very, very lucky. Why'd you use a gun, right? A friend of mine has a gun here in Holland, but he needs to go through a lot of hoops in order to use it. But I much prefer undead gross skin, getting in tones of green and purples. Yeah, very colorful. You can do the same with the black, but I'm trying to keep it a little bit easy and approachable for the new peoples. I don't want to go hog wild with the skin tones. I would have gone, you know, right, what is it, Bugman's Glow, Reichland Flesh Shade to get like a Caucasian skin going, but I feel like this would be much more helpful for you guys. Trying to do this because I feel like having knowledge about the steps that we're going through now will help you. Oh no, no football. I have a family member who played football and was a trainer. I don't know what he's doing now. Oh, very nice, man. Right, that's fair. A happy medium would be nice. I have a .40, which I never shoot because bullets are expensive. What do you pay for a case of bullets? Also, Noxy, what are you up to, man? Are you playing League of Legends again, you absolute goober? My. Whoever watch the game, I'll laugh at England getting thrashed. I'm very curious, man. I haven't seen England play yet. At all. We're just gonna put down the dark tone and then we move to the hair. Let everything dry. Put down the base layer for the hair. Because the hair, we're gonna do blonde regardless. Because blonde hair tends to be challenging sometimes, or there's an easy way to get like the idea of having blondeur. You know, England can't play. It's always so weird, man, because the Premier League is touted to be one of the best leagues in the world when it comes to football. Soccer for Americans. And but for some reason when they get together as a team, for some reason they can't play together. It almost feels like their club football pushes them to be, you know, Chelsea at Heart or whatever the fuck club is currently leading whatever the hell is going on. I've not like followed football for a long time. The longest time. Also with this one, don't be afraid to touch anything. Just mind the things that you've painted already and go from there. I feel like she's wearing almost like a onesie type of deal, so we're gonna follow those steps as well. And I was thinking of making it full white. However, the issue with white will be that, you know, this girl looks like she used to live during a period where toilet paper wasn't really readily available. So, don't really want to go for that, you know. You know the co-pays Coach Koku, that's my name too, and is a cousin of my father. Oh, really? God damn. That's a very nice family member to have. Full metal jackets, range quality at least 25. God damn, $25 a pack? Oh, hey. Oh, hey. That's an expensive hobby to have, man. My buddy shoots a 20 millimeter or dot .20, whatever the fuck you call it. I'm not too familiar with it, sadly. Plus the range time, you're spending quite a bit. Really? I can't paint that white. You can't paint white at all, or you can't paint the white. The white. Well, that's the thing. We're gonna not paint it white. Maybe we'll do her blouse like a nice purple or pink or whatever. So I was gonna make a joke that we just paint her skin with a brush and then use an airbrush to tone it all up and down and side to side, but thought maybe you guys can't handle that, you know, the clothes in white. Have you not watched the Gandalf clip that I uploaded, how to paint white? Berman? So the Patreon already has a bunch of these clips where we work through different ways of approaching it. I tend to not use an airbrush also to have everybody tag along. Not everybody owns a airbrush, obviously. So, point 22, exactly. Well, I used to carry it for personal protection, but I let my concealed carry license lapse. I should get it back. Is it genuinely that rough in the States? Or in Detroit? I only know the stories, though, to be fair. Oh, yeah, I remember what model you got, exactly. Seems wild to me as well, man. Like, really crazy to me. But then again, like, we basically live in a designed city. Holland is crazy like that. For the blonde hair, we're gonna start off with a Xandri Dust. Xandri Dust is kind of a sandy color, but it doesn't really matter because it tones the hair really nicely. As though we've got like deep recesses and stuff, and it is here. There we go. Xandri Dust is like this color. Xandri Dust, and we're gonna make the hair nice and blonde. Blondor. And you're just gonna apply that to your wet palette because, you know, that's how your wet palette likes it. Slap it on there. Don't think about it too much. I'm gonna grab a bit of a smaller brush so I can avoid the spots around the skin. It's rough. It's a little rough in Detroit depending on the area. When I hear gunshots, where I live, I hear gunshots every night. Really? God damn, man. That sounds absolutely rough. Oh, also, kind of just want to show off, obviously. I painted up Asterion this afternoon. Did the eyes, as well as the nails. Not fully done yet, but gonna have to work on it a little bit still. Done some of the leather. And final bits will be the, what's it called again? The cat on his shoulder. So yeah, happy with how this one is turning out. A lot of color in the arms and the hands. Depends where you live. I don't need one, but Zach in Detroit is a bit rougher than the west side of Indiana. But I'm only 1 mile from the worst gang area in the entire country. Oh my god. Well, I wouldn't carry, especially on the east side where I'm working. Is it that bad? Dude, it is such a weird thing to me as a European to think about that stuff. Like a shooting over here where the cops draw their gun is like really like a, you know, every generation has one, but that's about it. Like even when civilians use guns, that's like really something. Slår really shop? Nee, nee, maar. And just put it on here. It doesn't really matter if you touch the sweater. Just try to avoid the skin, otherwise you're gonna have to go back to Rhinox hide and stack it up. Let me begin. Come battle me. That's it. Something like that. We're gonna have to make our own music for a little late. The UK used to allow guns, gun use freely, until the first mass shooting, and then they noped it. Yeah, man. You're doing blonde too. I wanted red boots and blonde, and you stole all my colors. I didn't steal anything, man. We are all part of the noosphere. We are connected, bro. If you want to let the waves in, you'll see that you're just like everybody else and all that jazz, you know. Huff the shrooms, all that jazz. We're gonna have to add a few layers of the Xandri dust. Oh, this shoulder needs to be black as well, but we can get back to that in a second. We can get back to that in a second. You can still own a gun now, but you have to have a license register yourself and just working on a farm. Really? Over here you can do it for recreational use, but yeah, you have to go through a year and a half worth of screening, being part of a shooting club and all that jazz. They want to build a record up on you before you get to own the gun at home.
Hello.
Andy Queenie, thank you so much for the follow, man. Welcome in. How are you doing? How's life treating you? Good evening, good morning, wherever you are. I hope you were good. Normally we have music and all that jazz, but this is a recording, and this recording will be shared with everybody. So ask to share what the Patreons use. That way I can give back to you guys and also promote the Patreon that I'm running. Hopefully I can do more with the Patreon in the nearby future, but we'll have to see how that goes. Got a very important conversation with a buddy of mine on Wednesday, and hopefully the news is good. Also, Maddie, don't know if you saw the DM, but thank you so much for the tips. I really appreciate it. You looking out for me. Bing, 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 bong, bong, bong. There we go. So blonde in and of itself is a bit of a difficult color, but once you get this little trick, you'll be amazed by what you can do, and especially step number 5 will blow your mind. That's how the real influencers do it, right? I know Andy. Oh, really? He's a buddy of yours? I went natural leather boots and going dark hair. What type of skin color, Maddie, though? What skin color? But regardless, welcome for, thank you so much for guiding Andy to this Valhalla that is mini painting. Now you could start this off with another color like a dark gray or whatever to make it a bit easier on yourself, but I'm kind of figuring that this should be useful for everybody that's, any and everybody basically that's been painting for a while or not has painted ever in their life, you know, multifunctional, ready for everybody to use, all that stuff. Yeah, stay tuned for step 5. You don't want to miss it. Exactly. No, but close is the system in society, capitalist, no mental health programs, universe, healthcare that causes people to do terrible things. Zach, my dude, you gotta move here, bro. You sound like a communist, dog. No, I'm joking. I like to irk people a little bit, you know. Now this might be going a little fast. It doesn't really matter. The recording will be online. Everything will be shown. You can see my wet palette in the left bottom of the screen. And you can see exactly what I'm doing. For now, I'm just using a little bit of thinning, a little bit of water to add to the Zandri dust to have it apply nicely without leaving a lot of, you know, raised areas on the paint. We don't like that. Good evening, Andy, man. How you doing? Welcome in, welcome in. Gosh darn commies. Well, I am a democratic socialist at least, believe me. I didn't have a family where I would love to move. If I didn't have any family, I would love to move, but another consequence of capitalism is I would never be able to afford to move out of the country. I know that you can join on, how do you call this again? My cousin sails on big gas, like gas transport ships. Probably has like a technical name to it, but for now we're gonna call it that. And people would rent rooms on there to cross the Atlantic. And it was dirt cheap because you basically are confined to your quarters for the rest of the trip. It might also be that it was family or friends or whatever, but hey, never too late to blow a sailor. I'm joking. I know a few people who also paint Warhammer. I will send that too. Dude, I fucking appreciate you guys spreading the word, man. Really appreciate it. Merchant Marines? I think so, yeah. Sure. But you can't take all your stuff with you. Plus, there's the passports and all the fees and stuff. Yeah, that is true. That is true. That is true. But you could always marry for papers, right? But if you say on a Dutch dating website that you're an American, get yourself a little sugar mama. Use that to your advantage. Binky just recommended me to this. Well, I hope he recommended it right and that you enjoy what you're watching, Andy. I don't do live streams and in the evenings very often, as I normally do them in the morning. I was gonna drop one day, but like normally I stream 4 days a week. But now, looking at how things are changing, I might be actually still dropping a day but streaming longer, as the commissions have been picking up as well, which is absolutely crazy to me. But yeah, just being patient and going for it seemed to have worked. Also, I've only been doing this for just over a year, which is even more crazy to me, to be fair. If Trump gets in, surely you can claim asylum. That would be hilarious, yeah. The episode, by the way, this recording will be put live on Twitch immediately and will probably be uploaded to YouTube as soon as I am able to, which will probably be Wednesday in the afternoon. Because Wednesday, first we stream, obviously, and then after stream, immediately I need to get ready and move to my buddy's place. And there I will discuss with him the possibilities of booting stuff up. American women don't want anything to do with me. Why would a Dutch woman? Hey, dude, the American bit, it will gain you kudos regardless, bro. Over here, for white women, you're basically regarded a god. Also, Brush, the burbs in the background are beautiful sound. Thank you. I have my window open, to be fair. Oh, also, I have the baby cam here. The missus is out for a little while. So, if my boy starts crying, I'm gonna have to move away for a little bit. But as with a soccer game, I'll probably just, pause the timer. I will try and get the full 2 hours of painting in together. I wouldn't dare nibble away any of your time and support, obviously, yes. Gonna have to find me a royalty-free playlist somewhere, man. It's really difficult to keep silent, yeah. That's a little confusing. Generally, when anyone in the rest of the world hears you're American, they hate you. Yeah, the people on the internet. Not the people that aren't on the internet. And there's not a lot of the Dutch folk that reside on the internet chronically. So basically, what I'm doing now is correcting anything that I've painted with the blonde hair. And to show you a neat little trick where we are going to be easily painting her. Now, first of all, the black skin, the dark skin, the brown skin actually helps with hiding a first layer on the black, whatchamacallit, on the black surface. So it only needs one layer of Rhinox hide, to be fair, but we're gonna move in a little bit of a pinkish tone. And we'll see how, do you guys want her to have Caucasian skin or dark skin with blonde hair? Usually when we travel, we say we're Canadian just to not get hated. That bad, huh? Intense. Intense, bro. Also, if you guys want to enjoy each other's company, you can jump onto the Discord and chill with one another and just point and laugh at me if you want. I couldn't care less. I can't hear you anyway. So. Water. Make sure to hydrate yourself as well. Now I can already hear you thinking. Sunkissed for sure. It's a pilot lady after all. Alright. I'll see if we can bend it that way. Bend it like Beckham tonight. House of the Dragon. Hot D, as they call it. The good thing about this heat is having 4 ice lollies and not being judged. Fuck you, Matty. Now I want an ice cream, bro. Why are you like this, Matasaur? Is it a Scottish trait to glow with your ice cream? Ice lollies, whatever. So we have this one. I think I'm gonna mix in a little bit of orange, and we're gonna give her like a, you know, Asian / Middle Eastern type of skin color. And we're gonna take dark flesh. But this, bruh, this no look like a dark flesh. I know, but we're gonna mix it a little bit, just like causing discontent, to be honest. God damn, look at you, causing discontent and shit. So we're just gonna add a little bit of Rhinox hide against the palette. Dude, the sun is really shining through. It is. There's no wind, and it's basically looking like it's been summer these past few weeks. But my God, yesterday it was raining so hard. I was afraid it's gonna fucking fall through the roof at some point. We're gonna add the dark flesh to the palette again. Just put it like in a place where you have a little bit of wiggle room. And we're gonna start mixing it with the brown, and we're gonna lay down the highlights. And we're gonna leave a little bit of room. So we're gonna judge it as though the light is basically just coming from above. It's easiest. I had a Magnum for dessert. Binky, why you do this, bro? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take Rhinox hide, put it on the side. 2, count with me, 3, there you go. I knew you could count. You're amazing. You're great. Fancy, I got a Solero. That's fancy as well, damn. Same. What? What the hell? Okay, well, weird. Did you guys hear that? Probably. I cheated so much over the holiday weekend, back to joyless diet. And now we add 1 to the Rhinox hide. We're gonna brighten that Rhinox hide up a little bit. Is this the best way to do it? Obviously not. There's better ways, but this is a way. We're gonna get a little bit of a Gorthor brown, reddish, yellow, orangey tone to it. And we're gonna add a little bit of water. Also, Mr. Flamingo. I mean, you don't look like you can use a diet, to be fair, so it doesn't really matter that much, right? So I clean my brush, I take the brown, have it a little bit transparent, like so, and then we start applying it. And you can just follow the like rough shapes of the leg and just paint upwards. We're going to keep the bottom of her leg brown for easy shadows. We're going to do the same to the rest of her body. Over here, you're going to want to leave a little bit of black by the leg, or like the brownish tones that we put down earlier, and you're just going to paint within like the edges and respect the shape. So once it's dry, it shouldn't be that visible, but we're gonna build it up slowly. Gonna take a pic of mine right now as proof I've already done this. Really? Are you that good, Maddie? My God. Maddie's just racing past everybody, man. She's fast as fuck, boy. And over here, you'll just do this little surface over here because, in all fairness, her arm is blocking half of the light. We're going to take the knee as well. Bend the knee! We're not going to bend the knee, but we're going to paint the knee. The knee, the knee. The knee, the knee. Sorry. I will try and be Hawaii. That's me, sir. Oh, sorry. I apologize. My life is a diet. I have no choice. I just eat what I can. Oh yeah, didn't you have like allergies to everything? Oh, nice. I got some Solera later in the week. Goddamn, now I want to get my favorite ones. Cornettos. Creamy horns. I like creamy horns. Generally do. With this one, you can just do the upper part of the hand. Respect the shape a little bit, and then the top fingers, the top of the fingers, just paint them this color. Don't think about it too much. You can course correct as you go. These shapes and these colors kind of work together quite nicely. The new berry twisters are epic, dude. I've not had like a big commercial new type of ice cream in ages. The only ice cream I eat are cornettos. Bros, that's because I have celiac, really? Can't eat anything with gluten, and I have ulcerative colitis that restricts what I... What the hell? Brother. Does that mean that you have to leave a lot of amazing stuff to the side? Can you sue your parents for your genes, bro? And I don't look like it because I lost 40 pounds already. I'm working on rebuilding muscle mass from the diet and getting my body fat percentage down to 13 or so. It's a great goal to have, to be fair, Zach. With this one again, the area around here, underneath her hair and chin, should be darker a little bit, so we're just going to brighten up the chest area a little bit. And we're going to keep the like the little indent in between her boobies. We're going to keep it clear. Going to keep it nice and dark for it to catch the shadow. We don't want to have her look like a porn actress, but we do want to give her a bit of sensuality. It's one of the reasons why I want to paint more women, because I love the shapes of women. I'm going to do a forehead. Try to color within like a little quadrant that is on her forehead, the bridge of her nose. And this layer should not really show anything, to be fair. Leave a little bit of very gently show the new color added, but it shouldn't be too much. And we're gonna complement all the shapes. Also, Cacerola, good evening. ¿Cómo estás? Fat and doesn't care. Oh yeah, me as well. Me as well. It's good life, yeah? Now, we're gonna let that dry. We're gonna take the Xandria dust, and you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna add another layer because the hair looks absolutely ugly and stained. And even though she's a pirate girl, we're gonna make her delish and her hair clean. I love the shapes of women. Don't we all, King? For sure. God damn. Like not in a nasty way, but I really do love how women look. A little bit shapy. How do you say this again? Curvy? Curvy women? Do we have July's mini organized already, Bruss? Well, it is July, and this is July, so yes. August. No, I'm thinking of. I wanted to wait for Wednesday to see how and what. If Wednesday, I get the green light, August will be basically just a get together, and the entirety of August we will use to work on your projects. I'll give you guys tips wherever you want them, in like a group sesh. I will go through it together, because I think I won't have the time to prep that a little bit. However, I think October, November, and December have all been. Wait, am I missing a month? September, October, November, and December all have their, I believe, their mini sort of ready. Right, so I need to line up 6 minis to paint in August. You need to line up 6 minis? 6 minis? What? Why is that? Why 6 minis? I am the confused. With this one as well, with the hair over here, you can leave a nice little shadow down here. It doesn't really have to be lay beautiful and very coverage because it is pointed down, and in general, unless you're working on a competition piece, you don't have to paint stuff that you can't see. Also, Casarola, what are you up to, man? How's your day? It's been a warm one. I had the fans on all day. Yeah, I'm contemplating whether or not to turn on the AC. I'm not gonna lie. It got hot all of a sudden. I got a little bit of swamp ass going on in the beach. I run out of shit to paint in a month to get. Really? Is it that bad? Did you get a chance to look at this Kickstarter session you brush? Probably not. These past 2 weeks have been crazy. Last week I didn't sleep at all. I genuinely pushed through the streams on pure, attitude. And I'm kind of thinking of making Maddie responsible for making those choices. Should get those mid-July. Wait, we're not talking about the hot Egyptian-looking ladies, are we? Well, the bus I printed for you only took me 3 hours. Wait, what? The big one from Barvai? Really? Well, it's gonna be made a little bit smaller, and he's working on it hardcore. And I will try and make it available for the patrons, but it will be a horde only model because I wanna give Baravai something back for the trouble he went through. That is not, make fun of the patrons, but I feel like the guy put his own time and energy in, and he's the one carrying all the risk. I'm doing good. Didn't get a lot of work done, however, doing some painting again finally. Got some feedback on my Dankhold Trogoth, just adding that tonight. What was the feedback? Also, I can pick the minis for the rest of the year and do test prints. If so, Mr. Flamingo, feel free to send me the linky. Yeah, that document that we put up with Duimgezicht, that is also filled to the brim with the with the selection that we or that I made beforehand. So this one over here I spilled a little bit. I'll just be adding Rhinox hide as we'll be going for a second layer of that little mixture. The Rhinox hide will fix it up. And now for the second layer, what we're gonna do is we'll just be starting on the shoulder in a minute. So then when we go back, go from here up to the top again, we can do the shoulder again and it'll all be layered up the same way. I did have an Egyptian looking lady in one of them. Oh, I'm dying to paint something Egyptian. Do you have access to that sheet with the numbers for Twitch and stuff, Maddie? So I'm gonna add a little bit of water to help in the transition. Make the paint a little bit thinner. Not fully glazed, just like a, you know, a heavy glaze maybe. I don't know. Where is it uploaded? It's not uploaded. It's just on Google Sheets. Google Sheet. So we'll just add this in the same way. We make her look absolutely beautiful, and we're going to accentuate all the curves. She has, you know, she's sitting here, she knows she's sexy, so we're going to help her look even more sexy. Sexy. Confident, sorry. I was writing a grocery list. Did you answer my question? Hold on, what was your question? Did it swing by? I got some really good feedback from Mini Maddies today to make the pink of the belly of my Trogoth more beige for a better contrast. Just added some and it looks... Yeah, that's good feedback. Mini Maddies is always fucking good with the feedback, man. Mini Maddies a cool kid. He always has a good input when it comes to mini paint. Don't know about the rest, never asked him for advice on anything else, to be fair. But it'll probably be also very good. I won't know, to be fair. It's way up there about the skin tones with this dark of a base. To start, what final tone are you going for? Probably something along the lines of like the highlights will be just beige, to be fair. Like pinkish skin tone. And we'll just be building up these layers. The reason we're doing this way is because I feel like the Reckland Flesh Shade one, you know, the GW way of painting is accessible everywhere. Skin is something that people wrestle with a lot. And this also allows me to show you a little bit more about glazing and building up layers as we go, making her look nice. Go forward it to me later. Probably bad at saving all the Google Doc links. Very well. I'll send it to you once the stream is done. Just send me a DM, Maddie. I'll be swinging by Mantis on Saturday probably. Gonna pick up Scaventide, then head his way. But I'll have to see where we go with the skin tones fully. Mr. Zach. It's also like a big part of this whole thing for me. It's just seeing what works, seeing what happens, and then going from that. Because I feel like I can explain to you exactly the steps that you need to reach this, but I feel like a lot of this is also practice. So you want to put the time and effort in to get control of your brush and all that jazz. Watch through the whole thing again before I start. Do whatever you feel confident with, Zach. That goes for all of you, by the way. In the end, it's a lot of practicing. Also, I'm brightening up just like below her eyes, because with the paint that we're using, we can actually define or redefine her face, which is also kind of a cool aspect of painting. I'm gonna add another layer of whatchamacallit, Xandri dust, just to make sure that it's fully covered and layered up. I'm really excited that a lot of people are getting Skaven Tide in the Discord, so we can see how all of our red boys look. I'm not painting any of the models though, but do feel free to share, obviously. Honest Wargamer today showed all the profiles for the Slaves to Darkness boys. It's a very elite army as the points came out, but my god, am I looking forward to play with those little boys. It's a especially the Warriors of Chaos and stuff like that look really, really powerful on paper. Can't hear shit for a while. Rev is airbrushing and I'm deaf. You should just give him a little knock in the back of the head. Show him who's boss. And for the hair art, I'll show you guys a technique that fairly easily complements the hair and the shape of the hair without going for every strand that's in here. A little bit of a combo between, you know, cartoony and realistic. Again, we're not trying to learn how to paint a competition piece. We're trying to expand the knowledge that we have. Knowledge! To expand. Bro, it's 5:48 a.m. Why are you up already, bro? Is a lot of this kind of model painting, glazing, very thin coats? Nope. The boots were fairly thick, actually. I just showed different techniques in order to, we are going through different techniques in order to make sure that whenever you want to do something for yourself in this regard, you can look back at this vid and have an idea of what you can use in order to achieve certain effects. So the base was dry brushed, the boots were just layered on with a little bit of a custom shade, and then the skin was just now painted on. Just wanted to pop by and say hi. Like, are you going to work or did you just wake up out of nowhere? Was your brush sense tingling? Had to use the Lou, sorry notification. Crazy boy, man. Sorry, I totally spammed you some. Look at this man go. Mr. Flamingo won't take half measures at all. No prisoners. There we go. Now we add a little bit of more yellow to the brown, or dark skin as it was called. To tie it all together a bit, we're going to add a little bit more, thin it down to a glaze, and then glaze it across everything. As I said, we're going to try and achieve a little bit of a Middle Eastern Asian type of skin tone. Tie it all nicely in with the blonde. Also switch to a smaller brush, so should be good. This is a little tint lighter. I'm gonna take one of the bigger brushes again. Gonna add a dollop of water because the paint that we added is quite thick. I'm using Vallejo, sadly. Might send a message to the team at Two Thin Coats, ask them if they'd be willing to sponsor. So I clean my brush, and this is basically like the thickness of the paint that you're looking for. I can't give you exact formulas because you gotta check for consistency. That's okay, much appreciated. Usually when I pick minis for the Patreon class, I look out the lessons and techniques that can be learned. Yeah, exactly. So what we do with this one is we're going to respect the shape again, paint this on, pull the paint to the knee, because she is basically like pulling or stretching the skin around her knee, so we're going to be brightening that up. And you're not going to go fully down to where your previous edge was. And this big brush, you just use it for the bigger surfaces. We're going to switch to another brush in a minute. And again, you know, I don't have the be all end all answers, but I do feel like all these little things will amount to you growing as a painter. Respect the shadow of the cup that she's holding as well. Don't think I did this arm a second ago, but again, we're not looking for perfection yet. We just want to make it look good, readable, understandable. Let me know if you guys have any questions. That is also the goal behind this whole jazz fest. Robau first. Oh my god, you are so fast, brother. How are you doing? Welcome in. Hello, hello. Stop distracting you and go to sleep. Well, you're not distracting me, but sleep well, my dude. Sleep well. Good rest. Don't dream of spiders. Robau, how's your day been, man? Again, tap your brush on the piece of paper. This is basically the thickness that you're looking for in the color. And we're gonna apply that to your hand. You're gonna leave a little bit of black in between the fingers by the knuckle area. You're gonna do this one like sort of halfway through, because the knuckle should be forward a little bit. And because we're using this dark flesh yellowy tone, once we go towards the yellow color, it'll be nice and fitting. They complement one another, whatever. I don't know all the fancy terms, bro. With the way you paint the model, do you always do dark to light? As someone who's newer painter, I'm intrigued. Yes, I always start off with a dark tone. So when let me grab a Asterion. You can see it really nicely from the bottom. This is basically like the tone that I started with. And then I built it all up to be like this. And I do it for almost all models. I always start off with a dark tone, build up to a light tone. And it's not the be all end all way of painting. I mean, you can go back and forth, obviously. But I'm also trying to keep in mind that we want to get this model done within 10 hours. That is also the reason why I picked an entire 2 hours for the model, because the homework will most likely be finishing a lot of the skin on your own, which you can do. I trust you guys. Y'all are talented, patient. There we go. And again, you know, just slap the paint on there. You'll discover where you need to correct the application or bring it together better. But yeah, I tend to always paint light to dark and then try not to change the palette, so I have all my paints together, and then adapt or even you know, change the colors as I go. And if I need to repaint an area, I have the paints there, and I just trying to make it look sweet and good, you know. Also, everybody that has just joined us, welcome in everybody. Thank you for joining the stream. If you're new here, feel free to say hi. If you're liking what you're seeing, honestly, slap that follow button, like, subscribe, all that jazz. Your support is highly, highly appreciated. Gonna hop away from stream, but I'll be lurking. Can we host on Twitch as well? Does it work in the chat? Can we host on Twitch? What do you mean? Host on Twitch? We're gonna add another layer. Really, brush? Really, really, really. Let's see. We start off on this end again. Now, normally you would have a little wrinkle crinkle over by the thigh if somebody would hold her feet up like this. So I'm gonna see if we can make that happen by painting it on. Like a lot of painting, skin is also a little bit of anatomy, because you have to respect the shapes of the body and how the skin and the muscle move. And you can do it very easily by taking your hand, for example. If you look at your hand like this, you have a lot of like deep shadows by your knuckles, like very deep shadows. That's why you can read this. But as soon as you tense them up, you put them up like this, you can see that the color where the knuckles have a little indentation is purple, but the skin that stretches over the knuckle itself gets white. There used to be a way that if you type !host, it would host on someone else's channel. So I was thinking of hosting it on mine. It's all try. I don't know. Do I need to do anything? Do my mods need to do anything? If you're gonna tell me to show my feet because that's the way it works, I won't fall for that one again, Casserola. And try to paint like almost shapes within shapes. They removed that option, sadly. Oh, Theodora, hello, how are you doing? There you know, just the toes. Just the toes. How was your day, Theodora? Did you push through? Did you get it all done? Was the meeting short and concise? I was never here. Oh, never mind that. Oh, okay, sorry. I haven't used Twitch for a while. Didn't even know you used to stream, Casserola. What the hell? Then over here as well, we're going to respect that shape of her leg. It's not being modeled in, but we're going to respect it anyway because that's what we do, right? Yes, just melted along the way. 30 degrees in my room. Dear Lord. Do you not have a aircon? Yeah, they removed a load of cool options a while ago. Were they not used, or... I'm really still kind of fresh. I think it's now 9 months in. A little bit longer on Twitch. I ain't got no fucking clue, man. Half of the lore goes past my head so hardcore. And with skin as well, this is kind of dope. You can scratch it on, slap it on. Don't think too much about it because skin is never neat and clean unless you paint anime style, but long time ago I did. I might have a few highlights. Dang. So yeah, you can make it look a little bit scratchy, but what you wanna really do is build up tiny little layers. And your paint job should accentuate any shapes that you've got anywhere. This is also where I normally use a magnifying glass. Should be a crime for sure, yeah. Air conditioning works wonders? Absolutely. I think hosting got replaced with rating? Really? I thought rating was always a thing. AC is the goal for next year. Just moved into my own place. Congratulations. And other things had priority, sadly. I can imagine, man. You want models and stuff for artsy fartsy things. I get you. That's what I always do. Food? Who needs food? Eat some grass. I wish aircon was a normal thing in the UK. Can't you get like, what do you call this? Mobile aircons over there for easy, for cheap? Now, I add a little bit of more yellow, and as you can see, the brown is completely faded. So we started off with this color, and we started building up this sandy color over here. And we're gonna thin that down to a glaze. We're gonna build up layers. Again, it's not gonna be amazeballs, but I just wanna, you know, teach you guys how to approach it that way. Not for cheap. Most of us settle for running 32 fans. Turns out the only clips I have is of me playing Resident Evil. I hate horror games. It's so cringy. I hate watching them. Well, we know your channel exists, so. What I used to do when we didn't have an aircon, we would basically go for freezing half a bottle of water and putting that in front of the fans. Let's keep switching them in and out, basically. Now here I put a little bit too much, but we can correct it by just dragging it towards the knee. That's where we want the paint to be. I should become a rapper, bro. Un rappeur. And let your brush follow the shapes of her body. Leave a little bit of indentation here and there because this whole, you know, skin thing isn't straight and unproblematic in and of itself. I mean, yeah, with the whole fucking aircon thing, I was very lucky as well. A friend of mine had one for sale, and then my cousin told me he'd sell me another one for a pack of cigarettes, so, yeah. By dragging the paint to the edges on the skin, you can already start building a little bit of like highlighting and stuff like that. Now this normally, like the arm or the leg would take you a few hours, but I'm just trying to get the message across. Normally you'd thin this down until you wouldn't even see the change. That's basically glazing. And now we're just doing this so we can actually show you guys how in a bit smaller steps, try to create that sheen on her body. And I'm also exaggerating it a little bit to show you guys how I would correct it a little bit if you can see the striping and all that jazz of the paints. I will be using an ink for that, but you can use contrasts, very thin paints as well to almost like a shade, blend it together. But for now we're just gonna add this layer again, very very thin. Should barely see it. Barely. Because it is always good to go for a sketch first and then try and bring everything together. Especially if you're, you know, trying to elevate your painting. Obviously, if you're painting armies and you just want them done quickly, you can tell me to fuck off. I understand that, to be fair. When you're painting armies, you, in general, don't really want to take your sweet time. And maybe on your HQ models, for example, but if you're working on your Necrons and it's like your 7th Necron you're working on, I can very, very, very well understand that you're not looking forward to painting another 13. There we go. That's a good thing you came in a little bit late, Theodora, because Maddie and Binky were gloating at everybody for the fact that they were eating ice cream, man. So we're gonna go for the hair now, put that into place, let all these layers just go dry. Don't know how Mookie is still going. Nobody knows, man. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. But somebody won the miniatures, right? Some kind of mental illness with all his painting, I reckon. He's an accountant. So, you know, they tend to be born crazy. We're going to take you Shop T-Bone for the hair. We're going to use a simple trick to make it look a bit brighter. And I was taught this trick as well recently when I was working on a very messy hairstyle on a model. Looking damn good. What, this? I'm not happy with her, but trust the process, as we say. Trust is a process, yes? And we're gonna do the hair now. Give the blonde locks the blonde looks. So we're taking you Shop T-Bone, which is a bone broken white type of color, and with hair. So for now, we're just gonna paint in little highlights. This will take a little bit of time. Again, doesn't need to be perfect. We just want to communicate that her hair is shiny and full of life. And you can use the side of your brush or the point of your brush, doesn't really matter. We're just going to stripe it into place. If you don't like Xandri Dust and you want to go darker, you can use something along the lines of Steel Legion Drab, or maybe even like a sandish brown color to bring it in. You can also just not heed the shape of the hair at all, like the built-in or modeled-in locks. And I'll show you what I mean by that, because the shadows in here are already there due to the colors that we picked. And for the eye, like mini painting in and of itself is also a little bit of illusion, you know. As a painter, you always know what you applied where, but as an onlooker, all you see is color. And you can use this color now with hair. The thing you got to keep in mind, and that was told to me as well by Hixie, by the way. We can get a shout out for Hixie 666. HIXY 666, the number of the beast. Then light on hair will always reflect as a halo, which is basically what is happening here. Now, if we're going to highlight bits down here as well, we're going to have to respect the fact that it'll basically be like a little circlet around her head with light reflections. This is not the final highlight on the hair. is the start of the brightening up, basically. And by applying this within the previous layer, it'll already brighten up. You can again use the point of your brush or the side of your brush, whatever you're comfortable with. You don't have to follow the lines on the mold as well. You can just paint it on here. The shadows will exist nonetheless, and they will come into existence nonetheless. Any reason you swapped the hair before doing the clothes, finishing the skin? Yes, because I wanted the skin dark and I wanted the hair blonde, but I didn't know what I wanted to do with the clothes because I was thinking of making them white, but I think a little bit more color would be nice. That's the reason. And now if we're gonna do a second highlight on the hair, we're basically gonna respect again the idea of just painting in shapes again. You don't have to follow these steps either if you feel like you're more comfortable in doing like a different how you say this, a different set of steps or another sequence of steps. That is all free for you to do, obviously. First of all, it's your model. Second of all, it's your painting. We do a little bit over here as well. There you go. And now we have a second highlight on the hair. I'm gonna add in a little bit of extra paint layer of paint, whatever. Do not judge me. Bing, 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 bong, 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 bong. There we go. And again, man, I'm just slapping this on. I'm not respecting any of the lines that have been molded into the hair. It doesn't really matter. They're too tiny to follow, especially if you haven't painted something like this before. So, you know, you can just paint it on. And if you stripe it, that should be more than enough regardless. And it should give you a little bit of the effect that the light is reflecting on your hair. Now, we are already an hour and 20 minutes in. God dang, this is fast. I'm gonna take a drink for a moment. You got any questions, remarks, suggestions, ideas for the idea box? It is hot. The hair? Oh, sorry. The gnome we did was fantastic hair tutorial. I use that listed on every mini now. Very nice, Maddie. Very nice. Good to hear. I've completely forgotten about that one, to be fair. Let's see. I really needed that drink, by the way. It's also really. I'm gonna have to find a whatchamacallit, a royalty-free playlist, man. This is disgusting. It's so quiet. I'm not used to this. Like, I always have stuff playing in the background. So we're just highlighting the skin around your thigh, because normally if you put your thigh up that way, you're gonna have a little bit of folding. Scratch it on, stipple it on, doesn't really matter, just make it look good. If you, in your mind's eye, you can see something like a skin color, see, like discover and see it develop, and that's all right. It's not about the blending, it's about, you know, sketching it on, getting the idea across. I don't think I'll add homework to this one because I feel like we have enough time to get the skin in. What the hell? Die the unwanted. Oh my god. How are you doing, brother, man? 8 months already. How's life? Been missing the licking of the brush? Brother, I have been thinking about you very often. Yes, in bed. Yes, my hands were not underneath, above the covers. Whatever. You know what I mean. How's life been, man? How are you doing? ¿Cómo estás, amigo? Being good. Hope you and everyone have been good. Yeah, man, we're doing all right. Oh, my. We've had some illness over here within the family, some fucking explosive diarrhea and all that jazz. Won't mess with you on the details, but other than that, man, it's been doing good, man. The missus is still very much pregnant, and everything's going as it's going, bro. Feels like it's been forever, for sure. Feels like it's been forever, man. How come? Why you why you keeping us wanting the unwanted, bro? Again, respect the shapes. It might look a little ashy when you start applying this, but we'll fix that. I'm a tease, you all know this. Correct. Sectorix, how are you doing, man? Inhuman hours? Bro, you guys are all from the States, man. I don't know what to tell you. You're all on the wrong side of the planet, dog. How are you doing, man? Did you just woke? No, you didn't just wake up. I'm at work, but nice to have the goober on my second screen. Yeah, man. This is basically open Patreon for everybody that wants to grab a little bit of learning during painting, as the morning streams tend to, you know, just be chaos. Thanks to all you goobers out there. So yeah, we are now painting dark skin color, making it look a little bit more Middle Eastern slash Asian as we apply this. And we make her look lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And again, since the skin color is basically, you know, normally like different colors and such, you can have it a little bit scratchy a little bit. It's all good. We'll blend it all together. A little bit of blendy. Also, thank you so much for the resub, Mr. Unwanted, Mr. Die. How's the drawing going? Have you been having any luck with getting your work either exhibited or accepted or whatever? Ding 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 dong. Now, sorry. Of course, I like being here. I like being around you. Wink, wink. Roar, roar. Give me more, Zaddy. Now, to take away the scratchiness, we're gonna take a bit of a bigger brush, yap it all on here. Take the paint off with a towel, a little moist little piece of paper. even more until you almost can't see it. And now we're gonna push it into place. Try and blend these colors a little bit closer together. And then we're gonna switch it up to another color. You can exaggerate your brush a little bit. Actually, I have not drawn much lately, but I hope that changes soon. I hope that's for good reason, my man. I hope that's for a good reason. Basically, what you're doing with this is adding a little filter, making her look nice. We'll be adding a little bit of a brighter highlight in a minute. I have not really seen you for a long time, my dude. Jesus, are you alright? Nothing serious has happened, right, Di? I'm gonna do this again. Try to let the layers fully dry. Otherwise you're gonna scratch them off. We're gonna do the same thing again. Now the bottom layers, that's why I work from bottom to top, should be dry now. Here we go. We do these again, and now a little bit higher on the leg. And then here just the entirety of the hand, because the hand, the feet, the knees and all that jazz will be highlighting with the pure sand tone, like the dark flesh one. Here we go. Yeah, I'm okay. I had a few visits with the doctor, but that's being fixed soon. But it's all good. Oh, good to hear, man. I'm happy for you. Also, I've been in a down spiral ever since I heard someone else was carrying your child. Like, how very dare you? Bro, you were born in the fucking States, dog. Like, I can't help you. Your paint is so moist. You love it, don't you, Citrix? You dirty dog. So if you want to get these layers in nice and smooth, you're gonna have to take a longer time to do this. But for now, it is just a way for me to show you how you can approach this. I'm gonna add a little bit to her breasticles. There we go. There we go. There we go. I think if I wanted to go for like more Asian style, or Middle Eastern style, we should have started off a little bit less brown. So we're gonna keep it this way, but we'll be building it up with a yellow regardless. You could have flew me over. I'm tiny enough to fit in the mail. Or you could have flown over here. Actually, let me come. The US is very weird at the moment. That, yes. Also, the other issue is, oh, I forgot her eyebrows, bro. Why didn't nobody tell me? It's painting her eyebrows. But, I wish I could fly there, man. If I can fly to the States ever, I will most definitely let you guys know. There's a bunch of you that I want to meet up with. So maybe something like TwitchCon or whatever. LVO. Some noise, you know? Already an hour and 30 minutes in, man. Damn, I'm not used to this. Let's add a little bit more skin color. Great, let me know we can go get Baskin Robbins on your dime. Well, hopefully if I can fly there, money shouldn't be an issue anymore. So now with the skin, we basically just add it a little bit to the knee, which is in essence a ball joint. So you respect the ball joint. Over here, it's a cylinder, so you respect the cylinder. And over here, it's a cylinder as well, and you respect the shape of the cylinder. Again, yes. Over here, ball joint. So it's basically a dot. Over here as well. The knee, ball joint again. And over here we have a cylinder, but a short one. So you don't want to pull all the attention away. From the front, her arm, another cylinder, cylinder, cylinder. So basically applying a bit of non-metallic metal aspects to this. And the shape shouldn't really stop unless it moves away from the light. But yeah, I might have some good news in that regard, hopefully, which will allow me to accrue a little bit of better finances, man, in the near future. Over here, we basically do the top of her forehead, and then over here we stipple scratch a little bit, have it a little bit connected. Over here underneath her eyes, just stipple it on. There we go. Chin as well, and the two dots underneath her nose. Just make sure to not make them look like goobers. Share. I have a talk. I'm gonna be in talks with a possible investor for a business idea I've had for ages now, a few years, that I want to get off the ground, and he was sounding enthusiastic about it. So hopefully I can finally start getting my idea off the ground, and we can push this community beyond just streaming, man. Now we build another layer up on the knee joint. It's a ball joint in half, so respect that. With the lower leg again, respect the shape. Put down a cylinder, and with the upper leg as well, put down a cylinder shape, which is basically just a stripe on her leg. You can push it around the side a little bit because, you know, it's catching up a little bit of light. Sounds promising. Very much so, man. Better be in a nice position in the works for me. Trust me, dog. I'm looking to incorporate a bunch of you. Just know that that will not be on the short term. Because first, I gotta make a turnover. And second of all, I wanna have the investor allow for me to have a loan. And I wanna pay off that loan fairly quickly. But yeah, I'll keep you guys posted. But that will change a lot when we when I get the go ahead, basically. But this again, man, just apply this shit like crazy. Don't think too much about it. You can, I don't know if you guys ever like written something along the lines of a dissertation, but first you want to get all the goop out of your brain, and then you want to start patching up and making it look better as you go. Yes, hire Zach, he draws and he can grow a mean looking Sherlock Holmes beard. For the love of damn it, Dial, Sherlock Holmes doesn't have a beard. No. But some of the emotes for the subs were one made by Zach, and I've already asked him to work out an emo idea that he liked, and already told him that I'm also willing to just reward him for it, compensate him for it. That's the way. You're my Sherlock Holmes, Zachy. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to take a white because we're going to push it immediately on the hair. We're going to take a white. We're going to highlight the blonde even more. Just put it down on your wet palette. We're going to put some nice little stripies in within the Ushapti bone that we did earlier. There we go. I'm going to start applying that within the stripies that we did earlier. With this one you want to be a little bit more careful, but again, we're not looking for perfection, we're looking for believability. The suspension of disbelief and this is basically layering, a layer highlighting. At least that's what I've always thought. And I feel like a lot of mini painters use their own terminologies when it comes to it. But you're gonna want to draw it within the Ushapti bone locks that you did earlier. Don't exaggerate out of it. And then you get like reflective hair. Chick is blonde like me. Were you thinking of me when you did her blonde? Obviously. How's that even a question, Di? Now we're gonna do the same with the bottom highlights, but with that one, we're just gonna dot it in slightly. And just gentle touches with the brush. You just wanna deposit a little bit of white on there, nothing crazy. Nothing crazy, mate. I feel like the ISO is a bit too high, but there you go, sheen on the hair. Now there's a myriad of ways to push this beyond this, obviously, but for now, this should be more than enough to make it at least believable. Now it feels kind of disjointed, but that's also because there's a lot of unpainted areas around here. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Now we take the yellow, or the dark flesh as it was called. Feeling like it's a little bit chalky, so I genuinely think my Vallejo paints were just old when I bought them, sadly. But we're gonna do the knuckles, shoulders, all that jazz. Try and brighten them up a little bit, get a little bit of diversity going in the color over there. And we're gonna start off with the knuckles, because the knuckles will, in general, always have a bit of a different color to the rest of our skin, especially when they're clenched a little bit. Gentle touches again, and basically what you want is you want them readable. Now for the knee, this one over here, you're just gonna paint it up a little bit of scratching. Now this will be quite hefty on the eyes as well. Does it really matter? No, because you can blend it together again. Terrifying, obviously. You know you meant to say memorizing. Probably, yeah. Bottom of your feet would also be probably a little bit calloused up. Toes a little bit. I mean, she's a pirate after all, right? Again, not perfection, just diversity in colors and stuff like that. Now, for the rest of her areas and highlights, we are going to again be glazing a little bit. So we take a little bit from that little mixture that we made a second ago, put it aside, dunk some water up in that bitch. I think you mean mesmerizing, also good, whatever. But there you go. Fucking lovely, mate. Also, Sectrix, how long is your day lasting, man? Got a lot to do. Again, glaze consistency, very thin. And paint within your previous boundaries. Again, doesn't have to be fucking amazing. You can course correct as you go. You want a little bit of color on there. On the nose, anything that would catch light. Underneath your eyes. Try to do this sparingly. So you want to make your eyes look a little bit deeper. As though there's like a bright highlight underneath your eyes. Elbow. Just push together. So it can be quite thick on here. Thick boy. And then her other knee should also have a little bit of brightening up on it. But it should be a little bit less bright than her other knee because that is fully, the skin is fully stretched onto there. Now around the boobies, we add a little bit of water because the skin is nice and up to the sun, and we want to draw attention to that area, obviously. Again, nice and thin. Scratch it on there. Scratch it on there, daddy. And you can paint across that little indent that we made between her boobs. Because what you'll do is the bottom layer will be dark and the rest will shine through and complement the rest of the applied paint. There you go. Now, if you want it to make the transition around the knee a little bit easier, you add more water to your mixture. And then what you do is you take it off on a piece of paper, test it on your hand or whatever surface you use, and you basically start pulling it from her knee area or her leg area onto her knee. Try to get some colors in there to make the transition a bit smoother. But that is something you can do for yourself. Now, for the fun part, take a little bit of white. I'm gonna take the model. This is always something that gives people a little bit of a heart attack, but we dot the white into the eyes. And you can fuck this up a little bit, doesn't really matter. We're gonna have to color in her eyes anyway.
Hello, hello, hello.
Peanut butter and bacon. Thank you so much for the follow, man. Welcome in. How are you doing? How's life? Como estás? Please don't mind the goobers in chat. Some of them I haven't seen in a while, and they need to vent. Let's see. Let's keep my cap out of the way. Try to keep your hands balanced, either together or on a surface. Again, you're not looking for perfection with the eyes either. You're just trying to get a sharp tip, follow the shape that's been molded into the sculpture. Just here to paint and lurk. It's all good, man. Normally I stream in the mornings. Don't know where you're from, but normally I stream in the mornings, European mornings. And now we paint in the evenings, and then try to pass on some lessons that I usually reserve for the Discord. Patreon. But welcome in, my dude. We do have a Discord though. I stream every day. Feel welcome to join. Liverpool, UK. Are you Scouser, mate? Don't know if that's proper Scouse, but you know, I try to do my best. Regardless, how are you doing? And enjoy your lurk. We only have a few more minutes to go though, as this is 2 hours in general. But the recording will be shared, and if you want to pull any lessons out of it, you can do so from the recording. We're just brightening up her eyebrows with the same paint that we used for the highlights, which is Ushabti Bones. Sorry. No, Scottish, just work here? Dude, that is amazing. Like, I'll be skipping the skin this week till you're done with it. I'll not be pushing it any more harder than this, to be fair. Trying to keep all the bits within the 2 hour marks that we have. But yeah, enjoy the lurk, my dude. We've got like 12 minutes left, but we'll probably raid into somebody a little bit smaller in a minute. Let me see just who's online. Gotta be honest with you guys, after these 2 hours that are done, I am absolutely cooked. Started this morning at 7. And I am beat. It is also very hot in this attic. Crazy, ain't it, mate? Yeah, it is hot. It is very hot. So, yeah, I take a little bit of the brown again. Because her eyes are indented, we just apply a little bit over here. And we can just correct the white that went past its boundaries. And this is why I in general do not really dislike doing eyes. Because you can just fix it as you paint. Just know when to do it. Not all about hot attics. Really? Are you a hot hot attic connoisseur? Let me keep my cap out of the way. There we go. And then with the like, if you apply your brush gently to the surface, it'll adhere to the surfaces that are raised. It's time for air conditioning in the attic room. I have one already, man, but I didn't expect today the temperature to shift as swiftly as it did. Let me see. I have a little bit of spillage still in this little corner. Oh, hold on. We'll just correct that. And then for the eyes, I'll probably use a little bit of shade to show you guys that we can keep it nice and readable. Now, if you have an airbrush, you can take the yellow and spray it over softly, over her legs, over her shoulder, stuff like that. If you do not have an airbrush, you're basically stuck with painting it on slowly with the glazes in order to get like a nice transition. That doesn't matter. Getting a technique like this down is good. Well, back to painting badly in my hall attic, I guess. Sometimes, man. Sitting in the living room, an entire house is one large One large model room. Very nice, dude. That's the dream, innit? That's the dream for a lot of mini painters, at least. Gonna take that really diluted bit again, put it on Genie to transition it a bit better. Seeing what you're doing with this is basically just building up small layers to get like a gradient. Which I think is fucking lovely. I don't always have the patience for it. Did you say I'm very breedable? Obviously, Flamingo, dude. Obviously. Like you and Die, me, one room, Sectrix, filming. My god. We'd be gazillionaires. Now the thing about this is that if you paint in this manner, regardless of if the transitions are smooth or whatever, that's basically a matter of practice. But what you'll do is you'll complement the shadows and you'll complement the model shapes and stuff like that. The amount of paint loss in this hobby kills my soul though. Paint loss? What do you mean? You eat it? You're not supposed to eat it, Zach. What the hell, bro? Also, it shouldn't be killing you. It should vivify you. Would be quite scandalous, obviously. You're wasting about 20 times the amount of paint that actually goes on the model. That is painful for us boys. Bro, it is a part of the hobby, man. Because we're using acrylics, if you wanna circumvent that, you should try and get into oils, to be fair, which I know Bonko does a lot of at the moment, even though I don't know if she is actually streaming currently. Not currently, but in this period. Haven't seen her in a while. This afternoon, yes, but other than that, not so much. This could almost be like a dark elf, a drow. Whatever. Realistically, you don't use that much paint. Realistically, you do not. That is correct. But trust me, dog, I'm not it's not like I have a lot of money or anything, right? I think we keep it at this, ladies and gentlemen. So we brought more to life. If you want to blend it more together, you can try and applying those steps that I did. I will most likely smoothen stuff out with an airbrush, but regardless of that, try keep making those steps. If you have an airbrush, use the same final step paint to brighten up the lighting. But I think next session we go for the blouse and the belts. Then the second to last session we do just metallic paints and the mug. And then the last session I'll probably just do a regular stream, but go through all of your questions and your work if you feel like it, and if not, we'll just do a normal session like we always do, man. Plus I'm OCD, so it hurts even more. Right, you don't need that much, but you're wasting an epic shit ton. Yeah, but I'm also like, I don't really care also. But I do this. And then I can use my paints up until like a few days. The eyes we'll probably do down the line. I'll show you guys how to, like next time we'll do the blouse and we'll finish the eyes. How does that sound? And I'm only putting tiny amounts in it. Mostly goes to waste. Yeah, but still. Yeah, a wet pellet for the win. Mine stays moist for up to a week. Yeah, this one as well. The Cridrify one that I got is insane. It remained moist for more than 4 months. I don't know what it would have done with the paint in it, but my god. Too watery? Yeah, but you can still mix it together and use it as a glaze. It's not working for me, man. After 4 days, all the paint was unusable. Put it in a fridge. There you go. I hope you enjoyed this session. It went by for like crazy fast, man. I'm not gonna lie. Do we end the session like we always do? I don't know how that actually is, but a face cam at least, you know. Oh. The fridge, eh? Yeah, correct. Correct. You want to keep the hydration in. Hello, it is I, the licker of brushes. Also, for those of you who are who just came in and want to see other stuff, I also painted up this little man for a project I'm doing with Sister Claudia. It's part of a big piece. Normally, I don't really care about all this. Enjoyed what I caught. We'll be back. Peanut butter and bacon. Normally, in the background, I'm going to have to see if I can play a little bit. But we have a bit of music as well. And tomorrow, I am off of streaming, at least. But Wednesday morning, I think that's 8 CET. 8:30 CET. I stream on the regular. Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. This is bound to change within the near future, I hope. But regardless of that, for now, that is it. If you want to join the Discord, you can find it over here. And otherwise, feel free to jump in again. I appreciate the follow, the love. I appreciate you all being here as well, man. Fucking lovely shit. Let's go raid. Who do we raid? Brannigan's Brush. I've not seen that guy in ages. Brannigan's raid. Sorry. Welcome in, my dude. I appreciate you being here. Feel free to share your work on Fridays. We do show and tell. Noxy, love you. I'll send you a message in a second. I don't think Mrs. Brush is home yet. Let me see. Brannigan's Brush. Sis. There we go. I just want to say, man, thank you all for being here. It was fucking amazing. It was lovely catching up with you. All of you. There we go. And as always, we're gonna go out with a bang. It's been ages, but we are here now. Brannigan. There we go. Let's copy paste this. The episode I'll put live as soon as I can. Yeah, I'll upload it to YouTube as soon as possible as well. And fucking love you guys. I'll hope to see you all on Wednesday. Have a good one. Feel free to share your shit to the Discord as always. And if you have any questions, feel free to... Still working on the last one? Take your time. No. I need to get that shit out. Otherwise, it's gonna stay in my system, man. Y'all have a lovely evening. Keep painting and say hi to Brannigan. Copy paste the message into his chat. Tell him we love him. And I'll talk to you later. Big love, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome and bye. Mwah!